The Nuggets host the Cavs in Denver. Can they bounce back from a Christmas loss against the Suns? Let's find out. You're watching CS 105.1, where I talk about sports and movies with good vibes. Let's get it.
Hey everyone, let's talk sound quality. Imagine having pro-level audio that's easy to set up, flexible, and sounds incredible. That's the Røde Pod Mic USB. It's got both USB and XLR connections, so whether you're recording solo at home or in a full studio setup, you're covered. And get this, the built-in DSP effects let you adjust the sound with zero lag. You get that deep, smooth broadcast tone right out of the box. It's versatile, powerful, and basically makes your voice sound like pure gold.
How's it going, everyone, and welcome. I'm CS Chandler, here for another take of Nuggets basketball. So the Nuggets faced the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight. They hosted them in Denver. It was their second and final matchup this season against them. And we have a lot to go through because it was a rough game. But not so rough. We'll get into it. So the Nuggets lost. The Cavs won 149-135 tonight. Tonight there was no AG. He's going to be out for, I guess, a couple of games because of the calf strain that he felt during that Suns game, and it's soft tissue, so they want to be proactive against that and make sure that it doesn't get serious. So he's not going to be playing for a couple of games, which is really unfortunate. But so the starters, typically you would think that the starters subbing in for AG would be P-Watt, but tonight they switched it up a little bit. I don't know if I really agree with this switch up, but they had Jokić, MPJ, Murray, CB, and then Russell Westbrook subbed in for, well, actually technically I think they moved Christian Brown to the Aaron Gordon spot, and Brody came in for CB. But either way, I am surprised that they didn't put P-Watt right into that AG slot there, because that really helps his confidence, and he really needs that. So I'm really surprised that they didn't do that. But I mean, it has shown that the Nuggets do play better when Brody starts. So I'm guessing that's kind of the madness behind that plan. But I still would have gone with P-Watt, because Brody can get minutes with the bench still and have the impactful minutes there. So the Nuggets were wearing white jerseys tonight, the Cavs red jerseys, and it was kind of a massacre a little bit. So, but 14 points, that's not too bad. It is worse than how they beat us in Cleveland. You don't want to see that. You don't want to get beat worse at home than you do at their home. But let's get into the game here. So the Nuggets controlled the tap in the first quarter there. Jokić cut to Brody for a quick layup in the first bucket of the game. Mitchell responded though with a floater, tied the game. And then Donovan Mitchell responds with an uncontested three for Cavs' first lead, and Cavs lead up to 6. Michael Porter Jr. hits a three, cuts it down to 3. The lead up and down to 3, and then Michael Porter shows some toughness, gets the defense rebound, but then plays hero ball and doesn't make the shot. Gets fouled, makes 1 of 2. That play itself, I'm starting to really notice this now with the Nuggets, that occasionally, a lot of times, they occasionally they will break out on a good transition, but then they'll play hero ball. Whether it's Michael Porter Jr., whether it's P-Watt, whether it's Julian Strawther, Brody is super a suspect of, or offender of that, of hero ball. He is constantly doing that, and going for a dunk and not making it, going for a layup and not making it, going for a 3 and not making it. And so the Nuggets have an issue right now with playing hero ball. Just needs to stop. They do best when they pass the rock around. I mean, they lead the league in assists, so it shows something when you pass around and find the open man. You're going to find better outcome out of that. So Michael Porter Jr., he knocks down 1 of 2. Wade hits a 3 for the Cavs, being the first to 15. They're up at 17 at this point. Murray sinks a jump back to keep the Cavs lead at 3. And Cavs actually call the first timeout of the game. The Cavs make back-to-back buckets. Nuggets miss, and then the lead goes up to 8. Michael Porter Jr. sinks a 3, knocks the lead down to 5. Cavs get back-to-back buckets. Lead goes back up to 8. Malone takes a timeout. Michael Porter Jr. sinks a jump shot for 2 out of the timeout. Michael Porter Jr. sinks a 3 then, gets the lead down to 2. 13 points in the first quarter for Michael Porter Jr., which was awesome. He had a quarter. And then Jokić hits a 2, ties the game. P-Watt hits a 3 for the Nuggets to get the lead. Nuggets get the rebound, and P-Watt assists CB for a dunk, gets lead up to 3. P-Watt hits a couple of free throws. Nuggets go up to 5. And then Mitchell hits a 3, cuts it down to 2. He hits another 3. Then the Cavs go up to 1. Mitchell hits another 3. I'm not even joking. He hit like 3 back-to-back threes to go up by 4. And then there was an alley-oop for P-Watt to cut the lead down to 2. Ending the quarter, the Cavs win the first quarter 40-38. So already a crazy first quarter. We go into the second, and the Cavs start off the quarter with an uncontested 3. Luckily misses. Nugs, with no Yoke at this point, also put up a missed 3. But DJ fouls Mobley, sends him to the line. He makes 1 of 2 for the first bucket of the quarter. Cavs challenge an out-of-bounds call on Mitchell and Strother, which is successful. They get the ball back and then sink a bucket. MPJ keeps his quarter flowing with and getting the Nugs lead up to 1. Murray goes to the free throw line, shoots 2, makes 2 of 2. Nugs go up again by 1. MPJ fouls Mitchell. Cavs go up 1. 1 point lead trades back and forth several times in the first part of the second quarter, and it just kept on going back and forth for a while there. And then Jerome sinks a 3. Cavs go up by 2. There was actually another one right before that where Murray scooped it up. It was an awesome play. The Nuggets got up by 3, but then Jerome sinks a 3, and then DJ gets a take foul against the Cavs, and they shoot the tech there, and then he argues it and continues to argue it, and he gets a tech. So then they shoot another shot. Luckily, they only miss 1, or they missed 1 of those technical fouls. It would have been nice to have missed both technical fouls, but still, whatever. And then they get the ball back, right? And immediately they shoot an uncontested 3. Lead goes up to 6 for the Cavs. And by this time, this is when Jokić checks in. The Cavs lead balloons to 13. And Brody passes the ball out of bounds. I don't know who he was really passing it to. It's kind of unclear. He could have been passing it to Jokić, but no one was in front of him, and he just passed the ball out of bounds. It was embarrassingly funny. It was just stupid. What are we doing? The Cavs lead actually then starts to balloon even more as the Cavs go up to 16. The Nuggets start playing the ball through Jokić, who gets several back-to-back buckets, gets the lead, which had at that point gotten up to 18. They get it down to 15, but the Cavs win second quarter 40-27. The Cavs in the first half of this game got 80 points, which apparently is the second most points allowed in Nuggets history since 1997. That is just ridiculous in one half. So the Cavs went up 80-65 in the half there. Third quarter, the Cavs start the quarter off with Brody fouling Mobley. Side out, Mitchell misses a three. Long pass to CB for a dunk. And first points of the quarter, Brody hits a three, knocks the lead down to 12. Cavs get into the bonus in less than 3 minutes in the third quarter. Stupid fouling. And I feel like for a good majority of this game, the refs were a little bit biased against the Nuggets. They were definitely favoring a lot of the Cavs, because the Cavs just didn't get fouled. They didn't get fouled called against them. It was just in their favor the entire game. No one fouled out on their end. They're not even close to fouling out. And I know they're a really good team, but damn, they were fouling up and down the court nonstop. If you watch that game, they were fouling, and they just were not getting the calls made. They fouled Jokić several times, and it wasn't called. This definitely was just really unfortunate, but at the same time, like, it's not just the refs. It was definitely the defense, specifically the defense of the Nuggets. So the Cavs get into the bonus within 3 minutes of the third quarter. Donovan Mitchell gets fouled at the 3 line, gets the Cavs up to 19. And this particular foul was against Murray, who it shouldn't have been ruled a foul, because Murray was moving his foot back and it wasn't even close to him, and yet Donovan Mitchell jumped forward and landed on his foot. And so they were going to call it a flagrant, but luckily they didn't. They had to go back and research or rewatch the play and everything, and they still called it a foul, but they at least didn't call it a flagrant, which was just stupid in general. Just like why that shouldn't have been a foul, but it was. So the Nuggets' woes continue. Nuggets go on a run, get the lead down to 14 though. Garland gets a floater. Cavs get the first to 100. Nuggets just can't seem to get a big enough run to cut the Cavs lead down to even single digits. Cavs go back up to 17. Finally, CB makes his first three in several games. I'm sure it was even better for him to make that three, but for, I think, all of Nuggets Nation, it was nice to finally see him sink a three. I think he had only made like 3 of 26 within the last 5 games or something like that. So he had a little bit of a curse going on lately, and he finally broke it. So hopefully that gives him some confidence in the games to come here, so he can start knocking down more threes. We need him in that spot, especially since that was what KCP did. So Jokić gets the ball to P-Watt, who gets the bucket and the foul, and gets Jokić another triple-double. P-Watt completes the free throw and the three-point play. Mobley hits another uncontested three right away. Jokić to P-Watt for the reverse jam, and Nuggets finally get to 100. Nuggets tie the Cavs for the third, each of them with 36 points. Fourth quarter starts. Nuggets start the quarter off with non-Jokić minutes and get fouled by the Cavs, side out of bounds. Get the ball back in, fouled again, side out of bounds. Then I think it was a turnover, and then they got it back, and P-Watt nails a three. Jamal gets a steal for MPJ, but he misses a three. Mobley gets another uncontested three, and I'm not kidding you here. This was just like in seconds. Mobley gets an uncontested three. Ball goes back to the Nuggets. They shoot, they miss. Cavs get the ball again. Mobley gets another uncontested three. They get the ball back again. Mobley gets the ball again and gets another uncontested three. 3 uncontested threes for Mobley in this quarter in like less than like a minute. It was so stupid. The Nuggets foul to get Jokić back into the game at this point. And Cavs get a rebound and a long pass to Mitchell for a three, then get the steal from they steal the ball from the Nuggets for another uncontested. Well, actually, this time it wasn't a contested three, but it was an uncontested dunk. The Cavs lead goes back up to 19. And then Malone challenges an out of bounds call that they initially thought was off of Brody, and so Brody signaled to them to challenge it, not knowing that the ball had actually touched or grazed Jokic's thumb. And so when they reviewed it, they saw that, and it was an unsuccessful challenge, which then also put Denver into an even worse situation, because then that took away their last timeout for the game, which just really sucks. That's now happened a couple of times where we have lost our timeouts and there's still plenty of game left, and it puts them in a horrible situation. So and then at least the Nuggets didn't lose by 20, because it had gone up to 20, but they were able to knock it down. They think they started waving the white flag by the 1:30 mark, and they got in the bench there. Julian Strawther was able to knock down a 3, and I think Hunter Tyson was able to knock down a 3. And the Nuggets actually won the fourth quarter, so they won a quarter, and they tied a quarter. Is just that second quarter was such a huge gut punch to the Nuggets that allowed them to the Cavs to win tonight. And again, they won. The Nuggets won the fourth quarter 34-33. The Cavs win the game 149-135. The first game of a back-to-back game here. So tomorrow they're going to be facing the Detroit Pistons. So we'll get into stats right after this.
Hey everyone, if you're looking for a game-changing webcam that keeps up with every move, you've got to check out the Insta360 link. It's a 4K AI-powered webcam that auto-tracks so you're always in frame, even if you're moving around. Perfect for live streams, meetings, content creating, also podcasts. It adjusts to light, zooms in and out, and follows you naturally. This is hands-free, hassle-free, studio-quality production for anyone who wants professional visuals right from the desk. Insta360 Link is a total game changer.
And we're back. All right, so the stats here, we got Christian Braun. He played 31 minutes tonight, got 16 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. He was 7 for 9 from field goals, 2 for 4 from three-pointers. He had 1 turnover, 4 personal fouls, was a -21. Then we have Michael Porter Jr. played 31 minutes as well, 18 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He was 6 for 11 from field goals, 5 for 8 from three-pointers, 1 for 2 from free throws. He had 1 turnover, 5 personal fouls, so he actually almost fouled out. He was a -5. Then Nikola Jokić played 35 minutes, had 27 points, 14 rebounds, 13 assists, 3 steals. He was 12 for 19 from field goals, 0 for 3 from three-pointers, 3 for 4 from free throws. He had 1 turnover, 1 personal foul, and was a -15. And then Russell Westbrook played 29 minutes. He had 11 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal. He was 5 for 13 from field goals, 1 for 5 in three-pointers. He had 4 turnovers, 3 personal fouls, was a -13. Jamal Murray, he had a good game tonight. He had I think he had his best game tonight out of the entire season. He played 40 minutes tonight, made 27 points. Hey, 27. And then 3 rebounds, 11 assists. So he got his first double-double tonight. And then 2 steals. He had 10 for 20 from field goals, 3 for 6 from three-pointers, 4 for 4 from free throws. He had 4 turnovers, 3 personal fouls, was a -9. And then for the bench, really, I mean, Hunter Tyson got some minutes. I think he should have actually got a lot more minutes. He only played 6. He got 3 points off the bench. That was a 3 that he did. He was a -2. Julian Strawther played 23 minutes, had 11 points off the bench, was a +6. Him and the last players that come out of the game were the only ones in the plus side. But then Peyton Watson is the one that I really wanted to talk about off the bench, because he had his best game tonight, at least from a bench standpoint, because he played 25 minutes and he got 18 points off the bench. He was the leading scorer of bench players between both teams tonight for the game. He was the best scorer. He had 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 awesome block. He was shooting 75% from field goals, 100% from 3-pointers. He nailed 2 awesome 3-point shots that really helped the Nuggets stay within striking distance for a little bit there. He had 80% from free throws. He had 0 turnovers and 0 personal fouls, and was still a -16. Just crazy. Like he definitely had a good night, and I just think that he would have had an even better night had he been in the AG role. And then DeAndre Jordan had 4 points off the bench. He had 7 rebounds. He had 1 great block or rebound where he like batted it out to the beyond the arc so that Strother could get the rebound. Really awesome there. But just real quick too, just wanted to point out the points for the starters of the Cavaliers, and this is really depressing. So the Cavs, we have Dean Wade, who got 11 points, so same amount as Russell Westbrook, but here's where it gets kind of a little sad here. Evan Mobley, 26 points. Jarrett Allen, 22 points. Donovan Mitchell, 33 points. Darius Garland, 25 points. Like, just stupid. I mean, 33 points for Donovan Mitchell has really been kind of his standard. A lot of people are saying that he had a better game than Jamal Murray. I don't think so. You might disagree with me in the comments section or whatever, but I really don't think that he played better overall tonight than Jamal Murray. Maybe over the season, yes, 100%. He has been a better player. He deserves to be an all-star. I've actually voted for him to be an all-star. But tonight, no. He didn't get a double-double. Jamal Murray did. He only got 5 more points than Jamal Murray. He only got 2 more rebounds than Jamal Murray. But Jamal Murray got 2 more steals than him. I mean, then let's see here. We got with Jamal Murray. So let's just go over this real quick, because this was a thing that was kind of debated. So Jamal Murray shot 50% from field goals. Donovan Mitchell, 58%. So he did shoot a little better there. 3-pointers. We got Murray at 50% for three. Mitchell shot 50% from 3. They both shot 100% from free throws. And so then we get to turnovers. Mitchell had 3. Murray had 4. Personal fouls, Mitchell had 2. And Murray had 3. I mean, it's just by like little fracture of hair. Like they're pretty much even. That's what my biggest point here is, that they were, if you just played the 2 of them together or against each other, it was an even matchup, just those 2. Like one had a little bit more points here, one had a little bit more assists, one had a little bit more rebounds, one had a little bit more steals. Like they were pretty much even throughout the entire thing. They both shot pretty much the same percentage. And so, like, you know, you're splitting hairs at this point if you think that Donovan Mitchell had a better game than Jamal Murray. And then let's get over to the overall stats here. So overall stats, we have the Nuggets with 38 rebounds to the Cavs 38. So we tied in rebounds. We had 39 assists. They had 40. We had 8 steals. They had 10. We had 3 blocks. They had 7. We shot 56% from field goals. They shot 56%. We shot 48% from three. They shot 47%. And yet they made, it feels like, a lot more than that. Free throws, we shot 77%. They shot 81%. So they made a little bit more points there. And then we had 10 turnovers. We had 13 turnovers. They had 10. Only 3 more than them. But, I mean, that does help a lot. We had 20 personal fouls. They had 17. So, like, it's actually quite frustrating and also amazing at the same time that they won by 14 points and it wasn't a closer game. Like, that should have been a game that came down to the wire and some clutch shooting, not them kind of coasting at the end. But it definitely felt a lot of the times that they were giving points up out of pity. And so maybe that's kind of why it was so close too. But we'll get into big takeaways after this.
As a cinematographer, photographer, and now a podcaster, I do believe lighting is everything. And if you're serious about creating dynamic content, you need to check out Nanlite. They're all about precision and control. Whether it's soft, natural lighting, or vibrant colors, Nanlite gives you full flexibility to set the mood for any scene. From compact LEDs to powerful softboxes, Nanlite has light solutions that fit every setup. It's ideal for photographers, like myself, videographers, like myself, and creators who want to pro-grade quality right out on their fingertips. With Nanlite, you're lighting like a pro every time.
And we're back. All right, so big takeaway here is if you went into this game with low expectations, then this loss shouldn't have bothered you that much. I mean, I know 2 losses in a row are definitely bothersome, but you have to also put into a perspective that this is the 1 seed in the league, not just in the East, but in the overall league. They have the best record. They have been crushing everyone in the league. The a little bit more frustrating aspect is the fact that the Hawks were able to beat them back-to-back games. So if the Hawks can do it, why not the Nuggets? But it just also comes down to defense and effort, and the Nuggets just didn't have the effort or the defense tonight. So it really sucks though also that the Cavs were the game right after the loss against the Suns. It would have been really nice to have gotten a win after that loss. And it just is kind of bad luck for the Nuggets that they got the 1 seed right after getting a loss. So, and then the Nuggets just have a huge, this is the biggest takeaway here, and this is kind of the story overall. The Nuggets just have a huge problem with guarding players beyond the arc. I have harped on this every single episode this season. They either don't guard them at all, or they do and they foul them, or they have no effect on the player. And this is just continually being an issue. Not just like other teams are just able to get threes whenever they want, and it comes down to even just them getting a 3 without even getting challenged for it. Like, it's just really ridiculous. And that's kind of where the entire league is right now. Teams put up threes like nothing else. That's the game now. It's a 3-point game. And it really just kind of sucks to watch. Now, I know a lot of people hate the 3-point shots. It's getting old. I mean, it was nice back in the day, but then I know that Steph Curry really changed that part of the game, and now everyone needs to be a Steph, and I just think that's stupid. Like, it's nice to have it every now and then, but to see them actually go into the rim and try to get the shorter shots or the layups and the dunks and everything, like, that is more exciting than the continual 3-point shots. I mean, they need to change something about that. for sure, and I hope the NBA does. But right now they're not going to, because the season is in like the middle of the season now. So it's like there's no time to, or any reason to be changing it right now. If anything, we have to wait till next season. But with this loss, it means the Cavs swept the Nuggets this season. That really also sucks to get swept for the first time this season by a team. And so the Nuggets need a rebound game now, and hopefully that will be against the Pistons tomorrow, because that's the next matchup. And then our last game of the year and of this month is in Utah against the Utah Jazz. So hopefully we can end with 2 wins, end the year with 2 wins. That'd be nice. I think we can do it. I mean, they're both sub 500 teams, so hopefully. We would hope so. The Pistons have been playing on a high level lately, so hopefully we can. And we typically do play better on the second game of a back-to-back. So hopefully, tomorrow we will get that win. But like I said in the last episode, this was always meant to be a messy season. We just don't have it like we did in that chip year. And plus, the league has gotten more difficult since then. And unfortunately, that second apron scared the Nuggets way too much to keep our pieces together. Our Bruce Brown and our KCP and our Jeff Green and all that, they had to let them go. But now, when you look at where Bruce Brown is right now, he's playing with the Raptors, and he's been out this entire season injured. So, that could easily have been him on the Nuggets injured the entire season. So, he still wouldn't have been playing either way. I don't think Bruce Brown has that much of an effect anymore that he did during the chip year. So, I think Russell Westbrook has been a great replacement for that. But again, they just need to get better acquainted with their plays and everything, because it's just looking kind of messy, really messy. And the defense, they just really need to get that defense back up. It's really, really bad. So we'll see how they bounce back against the Pistons. Hopefully, again, like I said, they'll get that rebound game, flush these 2 games out, and start to learn from their mistakes, which so far they have not. They have been making continuously the same mistakes every single game. Even when they win, they've made the same mistakes that they have made every single game. And the biggest part of that is the uncontested threes. So who knows right now? I think everyone's at a loss. But the other thing I wanted to point out too was that apparently Mike Brown got let go from the Sacramento Kings. And I know that a lot of coaches, they all are kind of like how players are together overall. Coaches they root for each other as well. So I appreciate that Malone, kind of backed up Mike Brown after he got fired and everything, and called that the Kings organization out for that bad call in his perspective. I personally don't like Mike Brown at all. I think he's always been a complainer, and he always complains about the refs rather than his team not making the right plays. Every team, I believe, just about, unless you're the Cavs or the Celtics or the Lakers, every other team can have something to pick out of how the refs mess with their game. And it's how you bounce back from that, and how do you play around that and still try to win. And so Mike Brown, I don't like his way of coaching. He also almost attacked a ref recently. So it's I think it's a little bit warranted for him to get fired, but at the same time, it just sucks too. It sucks losing your job. So I get it.
Well, that's all I got for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe. Share it out to your friends and family. And you've been watching CS 105.1, where I talk about sports and movies with good vibes. We'll catch you later.